on the topic of happiness, like I said, I believe that if a person is less happy than you, let's say your happiness level is 8 on a scale from 1 to 10. If somebody is less happy than you and they know you or bump into you, it will become maybe not their conscious mission, but their mission to see if they can bring you down to their level of happiness. Misery loves company is one of the things. And I was doing a month-long, and there was a man my age I was grooming to be one of my lead-off trainers. Excellent showpiece, good with the data. And in the middle of the month-long, he left Houston and flew back to California. He was divorced and wanted to spend one of the weekends of the month with his kids. And I said, yeah, of course, go. That's what you want to do. And he called me from the airport. And he said, can we talk for a minute? I said, absolutely. And he said, I've walked all the way through the airport. He said, now I don't know if I'm seeing an illusion or if what I'm seeing is real. And I said, okay, talk to me about what you're seeing. He said, I've walked all the way through this airport, Mick. And he said, from where you dropped me off all the way to the gate. And he said, I can't find one happy person. Is this an illusion? Because he'd spent 2 weeks finding his own, right, and then went out into the real world and couldn't see it anymore. I said, well, you're not seeing an illusion, you're seeing how things are. I said, people have been enculturated into really low states of happiness, but there's not a lot of happy people on the planet. I said, we have to be okay with this until we can make changes and alter people's happiness. And he screamed in the phone, he said, who can be okay with this? And I said, that's part of why I recommend that you don't do the month-long, because you start to break through these illusions. Now, on the other side of the coin, can I make you happy? Absolutely not. But in a weekend, in a given amount of time, if we can continually allow you to access your happiness and continually allow you to let up and out some of the learned phenomena. Again, I believe all of the emotions are learned. I don't think we come in with emotions. I've looked at my babies, I've looked them up and down. I haven't seen a thing called original sin, and I haven't seen emotions on them. I see them pretty much out there in sensation, living a sensational life, and I don't see sadness, tired, fatigued, jealousy, pissed off, until a certain age, of course. Right? So I believe that our natural state is happiness, but if we learn enough sadness, and we have to learn that, and it sits on this heart chakra until we start to release some of that sadness and find our own happiness, we are doomed to live a less than happy life. If we look at the conflicts in our lives and think they're real, then you have to, if that's what you want, that's your cup of tea. That's all I'm saying. If that's what you want, then don't come see me. If you want to live in conflict and misery and sadness, that's your choice, apparently. I don't know who would choose that. But if you want happiness, you have to see for yourself how to find it for you. And I can assist you there, but I can't make you happy.